Hey guys, it's me again, Darcy. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about something that I found when I was doing a lot of my peer support. This was a big topic that people got stuck on a lot. So I thought I'd talk about it today, and that is support. As in, when you're going through something and you need people to be by your side, um, who is your supports? What are supports? And it's really amazing out of all the groups that I did, how many times you say to someone, okay, well, what is support to you? And the first thing they say is, well, my family. And that's very true. I mean, family can be a great support system. Friends can be great support systems. I would say some coworkers, not all of them, but some coworkers might be a great a great uh, example of support. But I need to talk to you about the negative supports in life. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we feel that our family has authority over us to a certain degree. And I am talking from myself, but also from people that I've talked to in the past doing these groups, where a lot of people going through mental health problems, because you're being told that your mind's not quite right, you tend to doubt yourself a lot. So then you start leaning on the people around you more, for kind of like a reality check in. And this is a good thing for us to do. For some people, it's really hard to reach out. So when you get to the point where you learn to be able to reach out, it's a great thing. But what can really set things sideways is when that support you were expecting doesn't come to you the way you wanted it to. Um, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of times where people get diagnosed with mental health issues and family members don't take it well. Um, and it's almost an instant battle right away. And it's not out of anything but love. Now, from somebody's like my perspective, I've been on both sides of it. So when your loved one gets diagnosed with a mental health condition, it's really hard to deal with because you saw them a certain way. And you may have seen them as really strong or really resilient or just really tough. And then you're being told, well, no, they've actually got severe depression or they've got anxiety or whatever it may be. Now, it's hard to be told that this person isn't the person you thought they were. And I know a lot of parents, especially, want to fight back. They want to believe that there's nothing wrong with their child. Their child's totally normal. Their child's totally fine. And I get that. We all want the best for our kids. But when you have a child, whether they're full grown or not, who's being diagnosed with a mental health condition, you can't pretend it doesn't exist because it does. And it's a silent thing where you're not going to physically see it. In some cases, you are, but in most cases, you're not going to see physically what they're going through. Okay, it's a mental health condition most of the times. Everything is going on internally. Okay, I when I got diagnosed, I was 34 years old. And guess what? I have been living with my disorder since I was 14. So for 20 years, everyone around me thought I was a certain way, that I was a certain person. But that was due to my illness. It caused me to have this facade that wasn't really me. Um, so when I got diagnosed, like especially I know with my mom, she had a really hard time with that because I was always strong. I always made it through. Like, how can I have this personality disorder? And it was really hard for her. Um, and it was hard for me because I just wanted the people I loved the most to understand and just accept me and to help me through it. And that's asking a lot, especially at 34 years old. I mean, it's not like I was a child when I was diagnosed. This is something my parents are having to deal with as seniors. Like, they're adults. Um, so I just, I need to put out there that sometimes the support we need isn't the support we get. And if you feel that the people who are trying to support you are maybe doing more harm than good, you need to realize it's your right to not listen to them, okay? You are the one that needs to choose who your support system is. Now, if you're going to cut someone out simply because they're going to make you responsible for yourself, believe it or not, that's the person you want to keep in. The people you don't are the ones who can't deal with what you're going through. That's okay. Don't hold that against them. That's a personal boundary. Some people can handle stuff much better than others, and that doesn't make them less of a person. It just means that they may not be the right support for you at this time. Maybe when you get a little bit better or a little bit more stable, that person's going to turn out to be a great support for you. So really, I just need you guys to realize that there's a lot of stress when it comes to support, okay? You have to be able to listen to someone and honestly listen to them when they're going through the hard times. And the hardest part about being a supporter is not always having the answers, okay? We can't always give them an answer to what's going on with them because you're not the one experiencing it. Sometimes when people are going through mental health and addiction issues, they just need a place to talk, a safe place. And sometimes that's the best type of support you can get, is just that emotional, okay, I feel safe and I can express myself here. And I really do suggest for anyone who's finding out now that someone close to them does have an addiction or a mental health issue, do your research, okay? Find out where they're coming from. Just try as best you can to put yourself in their shoes. And if you honestly feel like it's too much, you're not going to be able to support them, you need to be open and honest about it, okay? That doesn't mean you don't love them. And it doesn't mean you're not going to give them hugs and love when they need it. It just means you might not be the person that they go to talk to when they're feeling really down. And that's creating a healthy boundary with the people that you love. So supports can be anyone. Supports can be friends, co-workers. It can be resource groups, online groups, anywhere where you feel that you have a form of peer support. I would really like to hear from anyone if you guys have any questions, if you have any concerns about supports. Please feel free to drop me a line. I can be reached at mentalhealthmatters@gmail.com. And yeah, I really want you guys to realize that there's a lot more going on with mental health that is actually making things worse. And I'm not saying that it's the family members that are making things worse. It's just there's no understanding of what a support actually is. Now, being a supporter is not being an enabler. You are not enabling bad behavior. So if that's what you tend to do, then you're not meant to be a supporter, okay? And that's okay. You have to be able to admit that. You can maybe be the cheerleader instead. But we got to be honest with each other. And we got to try and see things from a different perspective. And we need to educate ourselves if we're going to be somebody's support. Now, if you're the person needing support, it's hard to reach out, and I get that. If you can even just find one person that you can reach out to. And if you can't, try and find a support group online or in person. Like I said, get a hold of me. Try and start small, okay? Because as time goes and as your healing progresses, your support system's going to grow. I've seen it. It happens all the time. So don't be too upset if right now you feel really alone and you don't have support, because there are supports out there. Just make sure you're making a good choice as to which supports you're going to use, okay? I really hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.